Hi, I'm going to read a little bit of Walking, a little a little book of wisdom by Henry David Thoreau. Anyways, he was a good guy. I mean, maybe. I haven't heard too many controversies of him, depending on your perspective. Uh, yeah, lived on a little pond, little hermit. Uh, a real hermit, was it Christopher McKnight. Hold on, let me see. I don't want to get this wrong. I don't know if I can talk and Google something at the same time. But anyways, so Henry David Thoreau had a little cabin by a little lake, and he wrote a lot of works out there, just hanging out, doing whatever. But there was a guy from Maine, pretty recent, Maine hermit, we'll call it. Yeah, Christopher Thomas Knight. Uh, he said he was a dilettante, Thoreau. And yeah, I mean, the guy was pretty from a pretty upscale family for the time. But this is a real hermit. This guy was spent like 30 some years in total isolation. I think in that time he ran into two other hikers and just kind of hey, kept going. Yeah, 35 years. It's a shame that we can't do that. He's also a thief. I mean, he did a lot of burglaries, breaking and stealing food, batteries, propane tanks, and stuff. I mean, he's not like perfectly emulatable, but I mean, like, I can understand. I don't have the skill. Anyways, well, a little bit tangent. All right, so Walking, a little book of wisdom, Henry David Thoreau. Thoreau. To my pal Stein, Scott. Anyways, the walking of which I speak has nothing in it akin to taking exercise, as it is called, as the sick take medicine at stated hours, as the swinging of dumbbells or chairs, but is itself the enterprise and adventure of the day. So begins Henry David Thoreau's meandering ode to the simple act and accomplished art of taking a walk, profound and humorous, companionable and I never can say that word right. Curmudgeonly walking by America's first nature writer. Maybe. It is your personal and portable guide to the activity that, like no other, awakens the senses and the soul to the absolute freedom and wilderness of nature. American essayist, naturalist, and poet Henry David Thoreau, born of the year 1817, passed away 1862, is best known for his classic Walden, an account of the 2 years he spent living and working in the cabin he built at Walden Pond in Massachusetts. A bold and astute commentator on the natural and social worlds, Thoreau is the author of numerous essays including Civil Disobedience. I think I know it. Other titles in the Other titles in the Little Books of Wisdom series are Meditation by, I'm so sorry, dude, if you're still living, I butcher this name, Sabiol Rinpoche, A Little Book of Sensual Comfort by Jennifer Loudon, and A Manual for Living by, I can't say that either, Epictetus. Anyways, art direction by Michelle Weatherby, cover design by Patricia Bruning, photographed by John Shaw. Little books to live, love, and grow by. Sages, sophisticates, and simple minds address life and how we live it with wit, wisdom, brevity, and style. Harper San Francisco. Oh, says there's a photograph in here. I like that kind of live edge it has. Like it's from, can't think of that roll. Parchment. Anyways, here's the cover. That hurt my knee. All right, no biggie. All right. How many minutes are we at? All right, 5. We got a few. I'm limited to like 15, I think. We don't need to do that. Hey, this is the first edition. Anybody want to make an offer? Start the bidding ad. Probably 100 grand. Okay? I think, yeah, we'll start the bidding at 100,000 USD. Or if you got those one notes, what's that country that has $1 trillion notes because it's so inflated? Zimbabwe? I want one of those bills. $1 trillion. And I can't buy a Coke with it. I wish to speak a word from nature, for absolute freedom and wilderness. See if I can. I don't flow well. I wish to speak a word from nature, for absolute freedom and wildness, as contrasted with it. Let's see if I can do it like birds. I wish to speak a word for nature, for absolute freedom and wildness, as contrasted with freedom and culture merely. To regard man as an inhabitant, or a part and parcel of nature, rather than a member of society, I wish to make an extreme statement. If so, I make an emphatic one, for there are enough champions of civilization, the minister and the school committee, and every one of you will take care of that. I have met with but one or two persons in the course of my life who understood the art of walking, that is, of taking walks, who had a genius, so to speak, for sauntering, which word, now I'm leaving that prose tone. Well, I mean, obviously not going to sound like him, he's got his own unique thing, but he had that monotone drawing on and the next word, then the next sentence. Where did I leave off? No, just walking, that is, of taking walks, who had a genius, so to speak, for sauntering, which word is beautifully derived from idle people who roved about the country in the Middle Ages and asked charity under pretense of going à la sainteté to the Holy Land. But the children exclaimed, "There goes a saint." Should probably look that word up so it's I like that idea better. We're going to call this part 1. Beginning. Thank you for